I'm a nutritionist, and basically I have a lot of patients that can't have dairy and soya, and I myself don't either. And I wanted to bring out a product, a yoghurt that was made of something different, that was a quality product. And coconut milk is fantastic, it's creamy, it's very nutritious. And I thought, well, it would be the perfect thing to make into a yoghurt. So I looked out on the market for coconut milk yoghurt, and there was nothing. And over a few months, I sort of rang around different stores and said, "Oh, do you have a coconut milk yoghurt?" And there never was one. There wasn't one, in Europe, in the UK. I sort of did my own research, not for setting up my own business, but I did it out of my own interest. And then I just suddenly said one day to my husband, "Well, why don't we bring out a coconut milk yoghurt?" We started running trials in our own kitchen of the yoghurt to make the product, and things just didn't go great. They were okay, the product was okay, but it wasn't what I wanted to put out to the market. And then I searched on the internet one evening and found an existing brand called CoYo on the market in Australia. Now, they had just launched in Australia, and this was in 2010 that I contacted them. And they were a small company run by a husband and wife team, and they were passionate like me, wanted to put a product out there that helped give people a choice. And so I worked with them. We emailed for a good year, and I badgered them and kept going on. I really want to bring a coconut milk yoghurt out in the UK, and I loved the CoYo branding. Now, CoYo was becoming very well known in Australia then, and widespread throughout Australia, but they hadn't dreamed of sending it overseas, as in the branding, not the product. So we met in Paris in the summer of 2011, and we decided together that we would buy the branding of CoYo, and they were happy that it would be coming to a good home. So we bought the package, the branding, the recipe. I think obviously things weren't as simple as that. But it was, so what happened is we started producing in the UK. I really wanted to get the product out there as soon as possible, just before someone else did. And we met them in the August, and we were producing and on the market in December, so it was quite quick. The benefits of buying an existing brand, you would think, would be that they've done everything before, you will learn from their mistakes, and everything should run smoothly. Doesn't always go that way. We've had a lot of ups and downs, because although you've bought the branding, you're on your own. They're all the way over in Australia running their business, and we're here running ours, and it's a completely different market. We had to make changes to the recipe because our coconut was different to the coconut in Australia. We use the same brand of coconut from the same plantation, but it's slightly different. So we had to develop the recipe. We've got exactly the same product in Australia and the UK, but it took a lot of hard work to get there. Working with coconut's not easy, and the last 16 months of our lives have been the biggest learning curve ever. The downfalls as well. You've got the one good thing, you've got a brilliant brand. If you really like the brand and that's why you buy into it, you've got a great brand. But then a downfall is you can't change that brand. It is not yours, the branding. There's limitations of what you can do. Other things, you will be, countries, you may have own the brand for the UK, but not Europe. So it's crossing over borders, it can get complicated. But if it was your own brand and you started it out yourself, you can go anywhere in the whole world. So I think there's pros and cons for both. where we were 2-3 years ago when we started, I wouldn't, you know, it was the right thing to do, and I'm so glad that we did do it, because I love being part of CoYo, and it's mine and my husband's business, and Henry and Sandra in Australia that run CoYo, you know, we all get along very well, and we've all got the same ethics, so it can work. It depends what sort of branding you buy into, really. Well, in the past year, our product has won 11 different awards, including 4 mainstream Great Taste Awards. And my husband jokes we've got a bit of a trophy cabinet going in our house now, and all the certificates. It's brilliant. So that makes it all worthwhile when you do get things like that. I think really, as my distributor said to me the other day, we have completely changed the face of the dairy-free yoghurt market in the UK that was completely soya dominated before. We've come in there and shaken things up, and that made me feel so proud, and to think, wow, I have, you know, all this hard work is really paid off. We're now in over 500 stores, which I'm very proud of, and we're just about to go into Waitrose. It's not been easy. It's taken a lot of hard work. I think it's about utilising your contacts. You may not have any contacts in the food world, but I mean, I've got an array of them now. I didn't have any. I knew a lady who owned a raw chocolate company, and she gave me one contact of a distributor, and I went to see them, and it's gone from there, really. A lot of hard work, working with my distributors, targeting all my stores, being in contact with them, just helping them grow and sell the product. And I think I've been very lucky in a way as well, in that we had such a unique product. There was nothing else out there like it, that people wanted to write about us in the newspapers and on social media. And that was very good, but also making friends with other food companies that you may tie in with. We work with a lot of muesli companies like Rude Health and some of the big muesli companies, and we do collaborations with our products, and it's just about getting people talking about it, demos in stores, badgering stores, you know, to stock the product, send them samples. And we're in all the Whole Foods markets. We're in Selfridges Food Hall. We started off with a shelf like that, and now we've got a shelf like that. It's brilliant. And we're just about to go into Waitrose. We're in John Lewis Food Hall at the moment, and it's, you know, it's just grown. But it's all about hard work, getting out there, talking to your stores, your distributors, and making sure everyone's happy and things are running smoothly. When we started, we used a third-party manufacturer. You don't need to spend hundreds of thousands of pounds to bring out a product by buying your own factory and committing to lots of overheads. We did it the way I felt safe with. We used them, we bought the product out, and now we've grown our volumes. It's now time to take it in-house, and that's what we're going to do now, because economically it's the way to go. In our first full year of trading, we've turned over £500,000, and it's now, our volumes have grown to the point that we need to take everything in-house. And to do that, we're going to have to get our own warehouse. We've got a good site in North Kent that's got great access routes, and it's going to be employing staff and dealing with all the health and safety aspects, but weighing up the pros and cons of doing it. With the new stores coming on board, we can now handle big volumes. We have it's all under our control. So if something goes wrong, it's down to us, and we can fix it. But at the moment, we have no control, and it's worked for us up until now. But now it's time to change. If I can do this, then anyone can do it. I used to be a police officer, and then I'm a nutritionist, and I've now a yoghurt manufacturer. And it's not easy, but it's just about putting yourself out there, making the contacts, chatting to people, and you can do it. Don't think you have to plough in loads of money to start with. You don't. We didn't. You use third-party manufacturers. You use your dad to do your design, or your mum to do this, and that's what I did. And I thought, well, who does what in my family, and how can I utilise them, and friends, etc. It's about doing that to start, and then things will grow. And as they grow and the money comes in, then you can make decisions from there and buy a bit of machinery that you need. And you don't need to be ploughing in lots of money to start with. Just that's my advice to anyone who wants to start up a food business.